neon bar, crowded room, still everyone's too lame to make a move.
Good morning, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to another video. So today's video is all about one of my absolute favorite foods in the world, which is sweet potato. To be honest, used to be more of a white potato sort of girl, but I have since changed my ways and I am absolutely obsessed with this wonderful orange vegetable. So in today's video, I'm just going to be showing you 4 of my favorite ways to use sweet potato in savory lunch or dinner recipes. Although to be honest, I've become someone who likes to eat like my leftover dinner cold for breakfast the next morning. Anyway, that is all from me for now, and we'll get right into the sweet potato recipes. So the first thing we're making today is stuffed sweet potatoes, and we start by lining a baking tray and preheating the oven to 190 degrees. Then I am just using a fork to stab some holes in 3 sweet potatoes, coating them with some olive oil and popping them in the oven for almost an hour. Then I'm getting a can of black beans, some paprika, some minced garlic, as well as some olive oil, and I'm going to use these to make a really nice coating on the black beans. So I'm just popping the black beans into a bowl with a bit of olive oil, a spoon of the minced garlic, and paprika as desired, which for me is a lot. Then after that, what we're going to do is pop that into a pan over the heat and fry them up for about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to make a creamy sort of sauce with some veganese in my Vitamix, as well as some lime juice and some garlic, again a reoccurring ingredient, some salt and some pepper. I'm going to pop this on to blend and add water to get to the desired consistency. Once the sweet potatoes are all done, I'm going to pop the black beans inside with some avocado on top, as well as the creamy dressing, and then I'm going to sprinkle some sesame seeds as well as some lime. Next we are making lentil sausage rolls with sweet potato mash, and I'm starting by chopping up 2 sweet potatoes into relatively small pieces. Once that is all done, I'm going to pop them into some boiling water on the stove, and I chop these pieces really small so that they boil a lot quicker. After that, I've got 1 can of washed lentils, which I'm going to use my hand to mince up to a desired texture, and then I'm going to add some minced garlic, of course, as well as some basil, rosemary, and parsley, paprika, salt, and pepper. Then I'm going to mix this all together, and once it's all mixed, we're going to start making our pastries. So I'm using 2 sheets of puff pastry here cut into quarters, and I'm going to fill them up, usually with about 1.5 tablespoons of the mixture, and then pop them onto a lined baking tray, and then pop them in the oven for about 15 minutes or until they are nice and golden. Once our sweet potatoes are all boiled, I'm going to strain them and then put them back into the saucepan we originally used, and I'm adding some salt, some pepper, some paprika, nutritional yeast, and soy milk, and I'm mashing that all together till it's nice and smooth, nice and creamy, and at the texture that I like. Then I'm serving this up with the parcels, and it's all done. Next up, we're making some sweet potato and black bean burgers. I'm using half of the sweet potato mash that I had left over from the lentil sausage rolls, and I'm mixing in a can of washed black beans as well as half of a can of corn. Mixing this all together, and then I'm adding some basil, some parsley, and some rosemary, and some salt as well. Then I'm going to continue mixing this all together. And then I'm making this like breading that I use. So it's basically just flax meal as well as sesame seeds mixed together, and I find it makes a nice crispy coating for any veggie burgers that I make. After that, I'm going to pop some olive oil on, and then I'm using that coating that I made on top for some nice crisp, and I bake these for about half an hour. To accompany, of course, we're making sweet potato fries, so I just chop them into the preferred size, drizzled with some olive oil, mixed it all together, then added some paprika and some salt. You guys know I'm obsessed with paprika. I mixed this all together and then popped it all onto a lined baking tray and baked these in the oven for about 20 minutes or until they were nice and crispy. After that, I'm getting the rest of my ingredients. So I've got cucumber, vegan cheese, spinach, and avocado, as well as a bread roll. Then I'm using some veganaise on the burger, which is my favorite, and I put 2 patties into this burger today, as well as this vegan cheese. I'll link the brand down below. It is amazing. We've got our cucumber, our avocado, and our spinach on the burger now, and I am serving it up. This literally looks so amazing. I want to eat it right now. I'm adding my sweet potato fries to serve with, as well as some veganaise to dip the fries.
Too loud. Guess we're as good as it gets, 'cause they look at us.
Next up, we're making my favorite, which is a sweet potato and chickpea salad, which is honestly so easy. I'm starting by chopping my sweet potatoes into discs, popping them in a bowl, and drizzling with olive oil. You can see the reoccurring theme here, as well as with some garlic and some paprika and salt, and then mixing that all together. Once that's all done, I am then popping them all onto a lined baking tray, and I'm going to pop them in the oven for about 40 minutes or until they're nice and crispy and golden. Then I've got 1 can of washed chickpeas that I'm drizzling with some olive oil, mixing that together, putting in some garlic, rosemary, basil, and parsley, as well as some salt, and then mixing that all together as per usual. Popping that onto a lined baking tray and smoothing it out. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 20 minutes or again until they're nice and crispy. Now you can serve this with whatever you like. I usually just do whatever is in my fridge. Today I used spinach, cucumber, lettuce, and some avocado as well, with some sesame seeds and flax seeds, and that is it.
Don't tell us to stop.
So there you have it. There are 4 of my favorite ways to use sweet potato. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see similar content, let me know down in the comments below, and let me know your favorite way to eat sweet potato. I've heard of like sweet potato brownies and sweet potato pancakes, but I've never tried them out myself. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you very soon for another video. Have a good one. Bye!